Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Today, I guess I'm going to disappoint you a little. There are some shocking information that I want to share with you about the preservation of the Qur'an. Do you know how many differences are there between the 10 qira'at, between the 10 readings? How many? 1,000? 10,000? 50,000? Well, you're not even close, guys. I think we shouldn't cover this anymore. We've got to be honest about it. The traditional narrative has holes. Don't listen to your scholars. They're not going to tell you the truth. From now onwards, we will have to listen to people who give their time and efforts to tell us the truth. People like J. Smith. Jay, how many differences are there between the 10 readings?
Certainly, she has 37 there in London that she has been able to collect. When she has just looked at 23 of them, now she's not doing this. She doesn't speak Arabic. She doesn't read Arabic. She has an entire team of Arabists all over the world who are helping her out. They don't want to go public. They won't put their face on the camera. Hatun does, because she owns these books. She owns these Arabic derivations. And looking at 23 of them, they have been able to find 93,000 differences.
Wow.
Can you see the dilemma? So we've been able to come up with about 93,000 differences in just the 23 crowns that the team that Hatun has there.
Of these 93,000 differences that Hatun's team has now found.
We could look at 93,000 and look at the differences. I don't have time.
93,000. 93,000. Have you ever heard that before? Be honest. Do you think any of your scholars will tell you this? No. We should be thankful to people like J. Smith for telling us this. And by the way, if you think that this 93,000 are just differences of pronunciations, then you're wrong. These are huge differences.
Side by side. The Hafs and the Warsh, the Hafs and the Kalun, the Hafs and the Kunbal. We were just showing differences, huge differences. We had about 70 out of... Now, listen, since that time, Hatun and her team have found 93,000 differences. 93,000 differences.
These are differences that change the meaning.
But some of them, we find out they do change the meaning, and we'll check the dictionaries to see what is the dictionary definition of the word as well as what it is. So all I did was just put my glasses on, and then I went word by word to compare the two Qurans. After I figured out with one Quran, I used that Quran with other Qurans, and then I checked. I asked Arabic speaker to check that. So it was all visual, and then after I identified the differences, Arabic speaker checked that with the dictionaries, and then we end up having over 90,000.
These are differences that involve different dots.
Hatun, I want Hatun, now that she's in full breath, how many differences have we found, have you just found already, by looking at the different dots in the 37 that you have in your possession, your team, how many thousands, how many tens of thousands of differences have you found just with those dots?
But the 37 different Arabic Qurans I have, I haven't went through them all. The ones I went through is over 93,000.
Now, repeat that again. Listen to that. 93,000 differences.
Now come to think of it, J. Smith and his team have dedicated their life to talk about Islam, to refute Islam. Since they know that there are 93,000 different words between the variant readings, why didn't they make a video series about it? To expose all these differences of words, differences of meanings. But let's be fair, maybe the number 93,000 is too much. Maybe they don't have time to expose all these 93,000 because they are busy. I don't know what else they have got in their life other than talking about Islam. But anyways, so let's make their job easier. Let's stick to Warsh and Hafs. And let's ask Jay Smith again, because he's the only person who's going to tell us the truth. Jay, how many different words, different meanings are there between Hafs and Warsh?
Now, we have now looked at these two books, and guess what we have found? There are 5,000 differences between these two books. Ooh, Are you hearing me? There are 5,000 differences between the Hafs, which is the one that 90% of the Muslim world use, and the Warsh, which is used in North Africa. 5,000 difference, 5,000 different words, 5,000 different meanings, 5,000, in some of the cases, different theology.
Nobody has ever told us that there are 5,000 different words between Hafs and Warsh. This guy is telling us the truth. So I decided to go to one of his live streams and talk to him. And to my good luck, he was talking about the same issue, the differences between Hafs and Warsh.
I just want to show you these two right here. That is the Hafs Quran. This is the Warsh Quran, the two most popular Qurans today. These two right here. We have now found 5,000 differences between just these two Qurans. 5,000 differences. And these are not insignificant differences.
Two, and we just mentioned there's 10 such Qur'an. Just between two of them, there's 5,000.
I made a challenge in the chat room. I said, Jay, if you can show me this 5,000 differences between Hafs and Warsh, different words, different meanings. Again, I have to repeat that again and again. I'm talking about different words and different meaning. I'm not talking about dialectical differences. If you can show me these 5,000 differences, I will accept Christianity. Let's see their response.
Excellent. Jay, we have a challenge from a Muslim. His name is Osama Yamani. He says, show us these changes.
We're going to show them all. In fact, we're going to look at them. We're going to see them. So listen, Osama Yamani, we're going to actually do 2 different segments looking at 14 of them. If you want to look up and find other ones, go up on Dr. Bernie Power's website.
Exactly, but you know where he's coming from. He thinks like these changes are no changes at all. No differences. We demonstrated in at least, I think, about 17 or 20 examples from the Quran that there is theological differences between Hafs and Warsh, that there are linguistic differences. Define to us, by the way, what do you mean by change? And by the way, we have a poll for baptism when you're ready to accept Jesus.
So I was asking them to show me 5,000 differences, and they're talking about 14, 20, 17. I'm not asking about 14 or 20 or 17. You made a claim that there are 5,000 different words between Hafs and Warsh. That's a big claim, guys. Of course, it would be unfair to them to expect them to show 5,000 differences in one live stream. Make a video series about it, guys. I mean, you have no life. You have no life other than this. I mean, what else have you got? What else are you doing in your life? Nothing. You just talk about Islam and about the Quran. So rather than wasting time making tens of videos about what Yasser Qadis say and what Muhammad Hijab asked Yasser Qadi, why don't you talk about this? 5,000. That's a big blow to the Quran if you can find 5,000 different words. So my challenge stands. Listen to it again. I challenge Jay Smith and his team to find 5,000 different words with different meanings between Hafs and Warsh. And if he can find it, I would convert to Christianity. And I would change the name of this channel from Osama Yamani to Trinitarian Yamani. And I would use it to preach the gospel. You can't refuse such offer, can you? And if you guys are busy, I mean, you have this Pokemon friend of yours who has got no life at all. Rather than uploading 2 hours video, talking nonsense every day, ask her to spend time exposing these 5,000. I mean, what is more important than this? To give you some idea about how insane that claim is, there are 604 pages in the Quran. If there are 5,000 different words, different meanings between Hafs and Warsh, that means we will have at least 8 different words in every page. Now, to those followers of Jay Smith who might be now excited, thinking that Jay is going to come back and respond. Let me tell you, Jay will never respond to this. Even if all these stupid polemicists came together and tried to find these 5,000, they will never find it. And Jay Smith knows this. Jay made a video with Bernie Power. Bernie Power said to Jay Smith that there are only 120 words which affect the meaning, and 5,000 vowel or dialectical differences.
But as you go through them, there's over 120 consonantal or long vowel or symbol differences which affect the meanings of words.
So if you want to know that Jay Smith is a liar, don't listen to me. Don't listen to any Muslim scholar. Listen to Bernie Power. He's saying it. There are only 120. By the way, I don't think there are 120, but I'm not getting into that. I don't want you to distract from the fact that Jay Smith is lying to you. Guys, wake up. This guy is lying to you. He's disrespecting you. He treats you like fools. I'm demonstrating that again and again. And this is just one more time. There are no 93,000 different words. This is just fantasy. Anyways, that's it guys. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.